Begin by laying on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Inhale, bring both arms overhead. Exhale, bring your left knee into the chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, left knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, right knee. And just hold for a second, taking a nice few deep breaths. Begin to rotate the hip as though you're drawing circles on the sky with your knee. And then just reverse that direction. Feel the bone, the hip bone, as it goes in. And then begin to rotate your right ankle in one direction and the other, spreading the toes wide. As you inhale, extend your legs straight up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee down. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. And then go ahead and find your strap and bring the strap to the sole of the right foot. As you inhale, extend your right leg straight up to the sky, and if you need to keep your right knee bent, feel free to do that. Allow the hamstring to release here slowly, but if you feel pain on the back of that right knee, go ahead and take a little break. Go ahead and draw your right leg over the midline of the body towards the left and begin to feel a nice stretch in your IT bands, the outer edge of the right leg. And after a few moments, open your leg out to the right side, trying to keep your left hip down, and then slowly come back to center. Gently release the strap and take the outer edge of your right foot to your left thigh. Flex the right foot to protect the knee, and on an inhale, draw in your left thigh, or you might even be able to take your left shin in. Find what's comfortable for you and really work on drawing the right knee away from the body to open up a muscle in your glutes called the piriformis muscle. Breathe deeply here, relaxing the jaw. And as you exhale, gently release. Just kind of shake the legs out to get some circulation back in. And as you inhale, reach for that left knee. Exhale, get a nice big squeeze. Begin rotating the hip again in circles. And then make sure to reverse that circle. After a few rounds, just go ahead and draw your knee into your chest and make circles with the left ankle in both directions, spreading the toes wide, getting a nice stretch. And then inhale, extending your leg to the sky. Exhale, releasing and just bending the knee a few times for circulation. Grab your strap and bring the strap to the sole of the left foot as you extend your left leg straight up to the sky. You can again bend your left knee or keep it straight, as long as there's no pain on the back of the knee. Push your heel into the sky if you'd like the stretch to go deeper. And then gently take that left leg, cross it over the midline of the body towards your right side to get that IT band stretch. It's connective tissue on the outer edge of your left leg. Open your left leg out to the side, to your left, trying to keep your right hip point down. As you inhale, bring your leg back to center. Just take a few more deep breaths in that hamstring stretch and gently release. Take the outer edge of your left foot to the right thigh, flexing the left foot for reclined pigeon, and either drawing in your right thigh or your right shin if that feels safe for you. Be aware of your left knee. If it feels like it's too much, then just keep your right foot on the floor and play with really kind of drawing that left knee away from the body. Make sure the muscles in your face are relaxed and just focus on your breath. Gently release everything, and as you inhale, draw both knees into the chest, bringing your arms out to a T. Drop both knees to the right side. It might feel comfortable to look to the left, if that's okay on the neck. And then after a few moments, switch sides. And then again, maybe it's okay for you to look to the right, and if that's the case, just feel free to do that. On an inhale, draw both knees back to center. Exhale, nice big squeeze. And then let's go ahead and come into happy baby pose. Bring the knees wider than the torso and bend the knees. grabbing either the feet or the shins. This is called happy baby, so smiling is mandatory. And try to keep your low back nice and rooted into the ground. On an inhale, gently rock yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping the strap close by. Find any seat that's comfortable for you. And then interlace your fingers, turning the palms face out. Good. Inhale, slowly bring the palms to the sky, and then slowly release your right hand onto the ground, reaching the left arm up and over. Nice big reach. If it's okay for you to look up, you can feel free to do that. We're opening up the side ribs, the intercostal muscles, and then we'll go ahead and switch sides. Breathing nice and deep, honoring the breath and looking up if that feels good for you, keeping both hips on the ground. Slowly release. We'll take a gentle twist here. Drawing your right leg towards your left knee, take the left hand back behind you. Now you don't need to look over your left shoulder. Just find a comfortable place. It's a gentle twist. And we'll switch sides. So take your left knee to your right knee, left hand to your right knee, right hand on the floor, and just look over that right shoulder. Good. Come back to center, and let's go ahead and work with the strap, opening up our shoulders. Bring the strap wider than shoulders. As you inhale, draw the strap up to the sky, and then bend the elbows to get a beautiful stretch across the chest and the pectorals. Hold this as long as it feels good, and then slowly release. Take the buckle side of your belt into your right hand. Bending the right elbow, take your left hand to that elbow, and just give yourself a little tricep stretch. You can stay there, or take your left hand behind your back, grabbing for that belt, and gently walking the hands towards each other. We're working towards maybe getting those hands to touch someday. Breathe nice and deep. Relax the neck, and don't forget to smile. Slowly release. Roll those shoulders out, and then we'll do the other side. So take the strap into the left hand, bending the left elbow. Just take that nice tricep stretch, and either stay here or reach your right hand back behind you, grabbing the strap, and just noticing if you're feeling any different on this side than you did on the other side. Don't forget to breathe. Taking nice deep inhales. Slowly release and let the strap come down to the side. Just roll the shoulders back a few times, forward and back. And then let's gently exhale, draw your chin down to the chest. On an inhale, take the chin to the right shoulder. Exhale back to center. Inhale, left shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left, moving slowly and mindfully, really feeling the muscles in the neck. And next time you come to your right, go ahead and stay there for a moment, and then extend your left arm out to the side, palm facing down, somewhere in between your shoulder and your hip. As an additional option, you can take that right hand right above the left ear. Just be sure not to pull on the head. It's just there for a little extra weight. You can also make some nice circles with the left arm to get a little bit deeper into your shoulder, your neck, and maybe some muscles in the upper back. Slowly release, and we'll switch sides. Drop left ear, left shoulder. Option is to bring your right arm, extend the reach, somewhere in between the shoulder and the hips, maybe taking your left hand just above that right ear, and possibly making those circles with the right hand. Good. Slowly release, and just roll the shoulders one more time. Gently look over your left shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, look over your right. Exhale, center. Good. Take the hands behind your back as you interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders down, and then if it feels safe, you can look up. Now you have an option to fold forward, and if you do that, just make sure that the shoulders are lifting away from the ears. If you try that and it's uncomfortable, just skip it. Slowly release and bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide. Take an inhale as you straighten your spine, and then hinge the hips forward, keeping that spine straight for just a breath. And then exhale, rounding the spine, rolling forward, and just taking a few breaths to totally release into the hip and the groin. This is called Baddha Konasana, or the cobbler's pose. Slowly inhale and rise, bring the knees to touch, and transition to all fours. Spread the fingers nice and wide, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and knees hip distance apart. If you have sensitive knees, bring a blanket underneath those knees. And we'll start with Cat-Cow Chakravarkasana. On an inhale, gently surrender your belly down to the ground, lifting your heart, your collarbone, and your sits bones. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine and round the back, tucking the tailbone, allowing the head to release. Good. Inhale, surrender the belly down to the ground. Keep those shoulders down the back, and exhale, round the back. Bring the big toes to touch, knees open wide, and as you exhale, shift the glutes back to a child's posture. This is called Balasana, or the child's pose. Breathe into the back body and allow yourself to completely surrender. Walk the hands over to the right, just taking a nice big stretch for those intercostal muscles, the muscles in between the ribs. And then slowly come back to center and walk the hands to the left, opening up that right side of the body for just a few breaths. Come back to center. Reach your palms nice and wide, and then as you inhale, come back to all fours, a neutral tabletop. Good. So we'll do another cat-cow flowing. So this time as you exhale, bring the glutes to the heels. Inhale, roll back up. So we're making more of a circular motion here. Inhale, bring the forearms to the ground, thread your heart through the arms and rise back up. Exhale, rounding the back. Just getting into all the vertebral discs there. As you inhale, step your right foot forward. Right ankle is directly underneath the right knee. And then maybe take both hands onto the right knee. Option is to take your left hand and maybe your right hand up high. Just make sure you keep your tailbone tucked. So you shouldn't feel pain in your low back. And then we'll slowly take our hands on either side of the right leg. Shift the weight back as you straighten the right knee for this hamstring stretch. It's kind of Ardha Hanumanasana, half Hanumanasana. Slowly come back to a lunge, and then place your right foot on the ground, keeping that the weight shifted back for a nice stretch across the top of the foot. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. And then slowly come back to that lunge, bringing both hands up high to the sky for a modified crescent lunge. Keep that tailbone tucked, heart lifted, and then slowly bring the palms to touch at heart center. Gently interlace the fingers behind the back, roll the shoulders down the back, keep that tailbone tucked, press into your right foot and lift the heart. Good, slowly release. Take your right knee back to meet the left and we'll switch sides. So step your left foot forward, left knee and ankle in line. Slowly take both hands to the left knee as you lift your right hand straight to the sky, and then maybe the left to follow. So you should feel a bigger stretch across the abdominals. Keep that tailbone tucked, heart lifted, and then slowly release the palms on either side of the left foot as you shift the weight back. Take the left toes off the ground and take our hamstring stretch. Slowly shift the weight back. Keep your left foot on the ground and then try to straighten the left knee for that stretch across the front of the leg. Slowly make it back to a lunge. Inhale, taking both hands up overhead. Keep that tailbone tucked. Heart lifts, pressing into your left foot, breathing deeply. Go ahead and interlace the fingers behind your back. Roll the shoulders down your spine. Lift your heart and feel that beautiful opening across the chest. Gently release here. And then we'll step the left knee back to meet the right and take a few breaths in Balasana, the child's pose. As you inhale, come back to all fours. We'll take it to our first downward facing dog. So tucking the toes underneath, spread those fingers nice and wide. Lots of energy in your fingertips. Lift the sits bones up high to the sky as though you were doing your cow pose. And you can keep those knees bent. The beauty of downward dog is that nice length in your spine. The stretch in the back of the legs is kind of just a bonus. Try to keep your shoulders lifted away from the ears and your heart melting softly. Don't forget those fingers. Protect your wrists by pressing into the ground. Inhale and shift your weight forward. And then slowly come down to knees for a modified plank. Lower down. Inhale, lifting up with the heart, tailbone tucked, shoulders down, heart lifts, elbows close to the body. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and shift the weight back. Tuck the toes underneath and then go ahead and sit down on the toes. Now, if you have major pain when you do that, just stay for a few breaths and then get out of it, right? If it feels better to sit in a different way, please feel free to do that. We'll come into Garudasana, eagle arms. Bring the arms into a cactus and cross your left elbow underneath your right, and then just drop one ear to one shoulder and switch. After a few breaths, release. Bring those elbows back behind the cactus arms, opening your heart, and then go ahead and switch sides. So this time, right elbow underneath left. Slowly dropping right ear to right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder, breathing deep. Slowly releasing. Nice. Go ahead and come to sitting on the top of your knees and just take a few full deep breaths as we close our practice. Find some silence, some stillness, and thank yourself for the openness that you've created in your body and your mind. Set the intention to move through the day with grace as you did your yoga practice. Bring the palms to touch your heart center and allow your chin to fall out to your chest as you truly thank yourself for making this time for your practice. It was an honor to practice with you. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.